Alright. Yeah, this is working. Hey guys, Axel Fireflower here, and let's see if we can fix that lighting a little bit. Oh, damn, that's a bright light. That's fine. You can see me, I currently can't see you. That is what it is. So hey guys, welcome to Axel Fireflower's first live video. A few reasons why I'm doing this. One, always want to do a live video, kicks and giggles. Two, there was another video I wanted to make, and I figured, you know what? Let's just do a live video. You know, kill two birds with one stone. And yes, I know I am just making a mess of everything. And ignore my bed in the background. Just ignore my bed. And the third reason, just so I can communicate with you guys a little bit more, my viewers, my subs, my friends, my fam. So to kick this off, I'm going to be reviewing the Nintendo Switch. It's the other video I wanted to make since I haven't really been uploading my Pokemon Leaf Green Randomizer Nuzlocke videos versus the Kanyon. Just, guys, I've been consumed by the Switch. It has consumed my life and my soul. I actually really enjoy the console. You guys should probably know what the Switch looks like by now. Also, there's no script for this, but about $300 just for the system, and I honestly think it's better than the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, because, let's talk about it, I can play this on the go. I can play it at home on the TV. Xbox can't do that, PlayStation can't do that. I love PlayStation. Xbox is the anti-system to me. We won't even talk about PC gaming. They're unholy and unnatural, but that's besides the point. But just the ability to play any game I want in the Nintendo Switch library, either on the go or at home, is absolutely amazing. I love it. I think it's amazing. I can do these cool little things with little Joy-Con controllers. Yep, put them back in apparently. I should have gotten the gray versions, if I'm going to be completely honest, because I went in around tax season, so like around March, April-ish time. I think it had to have been March, now that I think about it. And I went in to go pick up my Switch, and they're like, hey, do you want the red and blue, or do you want the black? And I don't know why I thought it was talking about like the whole system, but everyone complains that I have too much black in my collection of things. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get red and blue. Red and blue's fine. And just ugly neon controllers. I actually have to get me, okay, you don't have to get me new Joy-Cons for the Switch, but the red one, it kind of clicks because I've been aggressively playing Pokemon tournament with a buddy of mine. And by aggressively, 90% of the time I'm, cleaning up shop, well, spanking some hams. Neither here nor there. So the Switch, it's really light. It's really thin. It's about the size of a Shopko brand tablet. If you remove the Joy-Cons, which you can, and they come with, the system comes with a docking system for your TV, the HDMI cord, so you can actually do that, the charging cable, some wrist strap things, like if you played the Nintendo Wii, we have those little wrist straps, and the, I don't know what it's called, but I'm just going to call it the Pro Controller. Exoskeleton, I guess, because you just slide your Joy-Cons in here, and then you can just play it like a normal gaming controller if you're like me and you have, in your mind, massive hands. Or you're also like me and you just don't like your fingers touching each other when you're playing a game. But my current library right now is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Got that the same day I got my Switch. Got Pokemon Tournament DX. I got Oser, the Hollywood edition, which I think is absolutely hilarious, by the way. We'll get into each game and review each game in a moment. Blossom Tales of, I can't remember what the rest of the title is, but it's an indie game. So is Oser, and there's another indie game I got, but I can't remember what it is. Because I know I have 5 games, because I have Pokemon, Breath of the Wild, Oser, Blossom, and Bold Boy. Bold Boy is the other game I got. Also an indie game. Before we get into the games, I want to talk about the Nintendo library right now. So the eShop is mostly focusing on indie games, stuff you would find on Switch, with not Switch, Steam, which I think is amazing because just it's a platform where you can play like these really fun games that you would find on Steam, but on an official gaming console, which I think is really cool. It's letting game developers know, like, hey, we want to branch out. If your game is really good, maybe we'll keep in touch. I don't know how it works since I'm not a game developer, but maybe the creators of Bold Boy and Oser, games like that, like Super Meat Boy, maybe one day they'll be making the next big thing for Nintendo. They do have some main series games. They do have Mario Odyssey, which at one point I do plan on getting, maybe a couple of months from now, just because I want to focus on the games I currently have before I go off and get a new game. I think Donkey Kong Country Freeze has come out recently for the Switch. Crash Bandicoot original trilogy is coming out for the Switch, and I didn't really grow up with Crash Bandicoot, but I've been watching Markiplier play it a couple times. But I might get that. Spyro, I think, is coming for the Switch. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. But I might get that. But yeah, they do have some actual Nintendo brand games, but most of the library really does seem to be indie developers, which again I think is really cool. You can get them for fairly cheap. I think the most expensive one I bought was Blossom. It was like $16, which isn't bad for a Switch game. Because Switch games, I think hard copies like around $60. Because how games are today. You go to GameStop or Walmart, get a brand new game for $65. Remember back in the day when you could get them for like 30. Makes me feel old. Back in the Game Boy Advance and SP era, those were good times. Pretty good dark times. But a few things I don't like about the Switch is it feels fragile. Like I watched a video a couple weeks ago about someone dropping a Nintendo Switch, same kind, red and blue, from 1,000 feet. I mean, take it with a grain of salt, and the most damage it really took from it was just on the Joy Cons, but the system still worked really well. And I mean, can't say I really believe that it fell from 1,000 feet, but it is what it is. But just the need for like a whole bunch of like extra protection feels a little off to me. But you know what? That's fine. I'm willing to pay the few extra dollars for a screen protector. I did get a screen protector. I plan on getting a new one because when I applied this one, I didn't apply it correctly, and so there's just some air pockets. I don't know if you can like really see, but like right there in that corner, the screen protector just didn't stick. So I might get a new one because you're sliding that into that docking station to hook it up to your TV and scratching it up. I don't want that $300 system. It's not gonna happen. But the battery life is okay. It's not that great, but I've been playing my Switch, less and less recently, so I guess that's fine. I've been playing it hooked up to the TV a lot more, so it's charging while it's playing. I don't know the charge to drop and power ratio because I'm playing it while I'm charging, but like I can play for a few hours. I played for a good while yesterday playing Breath of the Wild, and I got pretty far in that one. So that's nice. So I'm gonna, roughly review each game that I have, starting with Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, I was really, really excited when I got it because I love Legend of Zelda. The first Legend of Zelda game I owned was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. No, not Ocarina of Time. We're gonna get to Ocarina of Time in a moment. But Oracle of Seasons for the Game Boy Color, because my best friend in elementary up through high school, he had given me one in 6th grade, his copy of the game and hot pink Game Boy Color. I still have the Game Boy Color, it's just one of my boxes. But I played that. My favorite Zelda game, though, has to be home system. It would have to be Ocarina of Time. Funny thing about Ocarina of Time is I had this curse for the longest time with the game. I never really owned it till I was in like just out of high school, but I would have like a friend had it, and I would start a file on their game, and then I would get to the same place. Fire Temple is Adult Link, and they would either move, they'd sell the game, or something would happen where I just could not play the game, or I would have to start over again. This happened from the time I was a little kid up till like high school, and then I'm kicking around my house, 19, 20 years old, and a buddy of mine calls me up. He's like, "Hey, I'm willing to trade you my N64 and a few games for your DS and a couple of games." And at the time, I had two DSs, and I'm not going to use both. And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, totally. I'll take an N64." And so I pick up the N64 from him and a few games. There weren't really any cool games. They were mostly like Star Wars. GoldenEye 64 was fun. I got that one. And I'm on my way home, and I'm talking about how excited I am to have an N64 for my very own out loud for some weird reason. This guy, he's like, "Oh, you have an N64?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just got it." And he's like, "Okay, hold on 1 minute." He runs into his house, comes out with a garbage bag. He's like, "Here, you can take these." And I'm like, "Okay." And it was just a bag full of N64 games and another N64, which I thought was hilarious. And so I'm digging through the games, and there's a whole bunch of like really stupid racing games, Star Wars, and I found a copy of Ocarina of Time, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh!" And so I ended up locking myself in my room for an entire weekend just so I could play it and beat the game. Finally did it. Had to go on Facebook and like, I finally beat Ocarina of Time. It's been like 10, 15 years, but I finally did it. And it felt really good to finally like even just getting past the Fire Temple was miraculous, because I would just barely start the Fire Temple when I would lose the file or the access to play the game. So just being able to finish the Fire Temple was amazing. And my favorite handheld Zelda game would have to be Oracle of Seasons. Just a whole bunch of nostalgia to it, and it's actually a really fun game for a handheld Zelda game. It was made by Capcom, so say what you will about Capcom, I actually enjoyed it. But so getting Breath of the Wild, I was really, really excited because the graphics are absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen the graphics, just go onto YouTube and watch the Breath of the Wild trailer. And I picked up the game and I was really, really excited. And I got home that night and just played Breath of the Wild. And I kind of got tired of it after maybe 2, maybe 3 hours. Just if you guys haven't played Breath of the Wild or really don't know anything about it, but it's an open world Zelda. So from the moment you officially start your journey, everything's up to you. You decide where you go. You decide the order that you do it in. You can actually go and fight Ganon right off the bat. Stupid idea since you only start with 3 hearts, but you do you. And while I really, really enjoy the aspect of an open world Zelda game, not really having a linear direction, to me, it just drives me insane. I'm not saying I need someone to tell me, "Okay, you need to go here. Okay, you've done that. Now you need to go here," and just do that. I'm not saying that, but I like having some form of structure as to what I'm supposed to be doing. And it kind of does, but not as much as I really care for. So it's kind of me just roaming around aimlessly, trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do next and just making it up as I go along. And at the same time, it's kind of nice because I kind of get to decide what I want to do. But at the same time, I feel like I like the Ocarina where it's like, yeah, there's stuff you need to do, but there's enough little side things you can do. Like if you need a break, you can go fishing, you can do the mask mini game, you can go pick up the master sword, not the master sword, but the Goron sword and make sure that that works. You can go and collect hearts, and it's just there's enough leisurely things you can do to make the game enjoyable, whereas opposed to Breath of the Wild, where it's all just at your leisure, and it's yeah, you kind of need to do this, you kind of need to do that, but that's just go do you, be free. But overall, I do like Zelda. If I were to give it out of 5 stars, I would definitely give it 3 stars. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it's not like another Zelda game where I could just see myself playing it for hours on end every day I have downtime. But that's basically okay. To go a little bit farther into Breath of the Wild, I do like some of the, I guess you can call them secondary characters. I really don't want to spoil anything, but Mifa's basically Fish Bay. I'm sorry. She's just super sweet. Daruk is amazing. I think he's hilarious. Your Bosa, she's awesome. Would never want to tango with her, and by tango I mean like there's no way I would have the courage to talk smack about her at all because I want to live. I value my life. And Ravioli, I know his real name is Rivali, but he just bugs the crap out of me, so I'm just going to call him Ravioli. But Ravioli is just an annoying bird guy. Bugs the crap out of me. He's just so arrogant. And I mean, that's kind of likable, but just his constant, "Me, I'm better than you. Bows." Just drives me insane. I actually hate Zelda in this game. I hate her. She's needlessly rude to your hero, like 90% of the time. And there's no rhyme or reason behind it. Again, I don't want to really give any spoilers, so that's basically all I'm really going to give you for Breath of the Wild. If you have a Switch, I definitely suggest going to get it. If you know anyone with a Switch, ask them if they have Breath of the Wild and see if you can make an account on their Switch so you can play Breath of the Wild, or just play their file and just roam around town and just hope you don't break anything that you're not supposed to break. The other game I have is Pokemon Tournament DX or XD, one of the two. I just know it's 2 letters and it makes a old emo con for texting back in like the early 2000s. The game isn't like most Pokemon games where it's okay, you're a trainer, you gotta go collect Pokemon, gotta collect gym badges and beat the Elite Four. No, it's you pick apart a Pokemon and it's basically Super Smash Brothers, but everybody's a Pokemon. I actually see myself playing that more than I am playing Breath of the Wild. I actually play it with a friend of mine. He's not a huge Pokemon fan, doesn't really play Nintendo. He has an Xbox 360, but we actually play a lot. Like, I'll go over and hang out with him and his wife, and his wife will be doing something, and he'll look at me and he's like, "Hey, did you bring your Switch?" I'm like, "Of course I did. Why wouldn't I?" And we end up playing Pokemon for a good while, and the graphics are what you expect from the Nintendo Switch. It's actually really, really nice. Rumor has it that the new Pokemon game is going to have a Pokemon XD DX slash Pokemon Sun and Moon graphics. So I'm hoping it's like from the perspective that we get in Pokemon Sun and Moon or Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, with the just detail that the Pokemon Switch game XD Pokemon Tournament has. That's what I'm hoping. There really isn't much of a story mode. Like I said, it's basically like Super Smash Bros., where you just go through little categories of just how powerful of a trainer you are, and you just beat up other people's Pokemon, and then you just move on to the next rank, and that's basically it. I mean, there's a little bit of a story, but most of it, it's you either play with a friend or you play with someone online via Wi-Fi. My partner is Decidueye. At one point, I wanted everyone to be around like the same level, just so I can get like a feel for everyone, and just in case I need to pick a certain Pokemon, I know I would do good at it. That didn't really happen. My Decidueye is like 48 right now, and I think my next one's maybe like 12. Well, level 44, 46, and like level 12. I can't even remember what the level 12 Pokemon is. But I like Decidueye, and I like I think it's the Umbreon Espeon partners that I like the most. They just put in the most work for me. That's just me. The next couple of games I really don't play that much, but Blossom Tales of the, I think it's Flower Knight or something. I don't know. But if you grew up playing the original Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo or Super Nintendo system, that's basically it. It's all the carbon copy. There's a few things. Your main hero is a girl, which is a problem. And it's from the perspective of a grandpa telling this story to his grandkids. And there's just like a little bit of like funny dialogue between the grandparents and the grandkids, which is really funny because like you'll be in the middle of, in the middle of a dungeon, and the little text box shows up, and the grandpa's like, "And Blossom roamed aimlessly like a goof," and the granddaughter like, "Grandpa, that's not how it goes." Is like, "Oh, you're right." So it's kind of like the Princess Bride. So I like that. So it's sort of like the Legend of Zelda mixes with the Princess Bride. I haven't gotten too far into that one just because Breath of the Wild and Pokemon's been taking up most of my Switch time. So I'm only in the first dungeon, but so far I actually really, really like it. The next game I have is Osa, the Hollywood edition. So it's a combat game, but the combat style is really, really interesting because it's turn based, but instead of like punching people or casting magic or whatever, it's you custom build an insult. So it's an insult turn based combat game. So since the Hollywood edition, you're having a whole bunch of celebrities and fictional characters from popular movies. I was playing it the night that I got it. I had Harry Potter versus Gandalf, which was absolutely hilarious because to avoid copyright laws, they change up the names a little bit, but like it's Gandalf and like it's Harry Potter. There's Marilyn Monroe. At some point, you can unlock Deadpool and a few other people. I can't remember the list. I'm working on Deadpool right now, but it's really funny because Gandalf, who I'm currently playing most as, is called the Dirty Wizard. And when he does like a combo where he just really roasts somebody, like his robe flips open for some strange reason, he has like this pink speedo on, and it's kind of hilarious because I'm like, that's really unnecessary. The graphics, the graphics I was like a little interesting because it's if you've ever played the original Super Smash Brothers for the N64, you remember like that white 8-bit face or 64-bit face at the end, the final boss. It's kind of what everyone's shaped like. And so like it's a little off-putting, but overall the game works pretty well. And it was only like a $2 game, so I mean, I'm not expecting much. The other game is Bold Boy. I really haven't played too much of it. Again, because Breath of the Wild and Pokemon's been taking up most of my time. But you're this little boy with a light bulb for a head, and it's a click style horror adventure game. And because I haven't really played that much, I really can't tell you a whole lot about it. I mean, it's really interesting because you got to solve puzzles in order to really progress anywhere. And some of the puzzles are actually pretty neat and pretty creative. Like you have to collect bugs, and there's a bug in your drawer, and so you have to like rearrange the stuff in your drawer so this bug can get through, so you can catch it. But the graphics are really neat. They're a little dim, so the light bulb headed boy really shines through. So it's kind of greenish black for a click style indie horror game. It's for I would say like roughly like pre-teenage. It's not that bad. I would definitely give that one two two or 3 stars. I'm being generous just because I really haven't played that much. I might play a little bit more tonight. But Blossom's definitely getting, another a solid 3 stars because I love Zelda and it's a carbon copy, so I mean like it's nice because it's kind of creative and it's taking a unique spin on it, but it's still just Legend of Zelda. Pokemon is definitely getting a 4 star just because I enjoy that more than I am enjoying Breath of the Wild, just because I do get to interact with friends with that one. And Oser is getting a 2 star just because There really isn't a whole lot to it. You just insult Marilyn Monroe and Gandalf and Harry Potter. But overall, they're all really fun games. I'm really excited to see what my library brings in the future. So there was going to be a Q&A for this, but since it looks like I didn't plan this very well, um, I might do another live stream in a week or two. Guys, don't worry. I will be uploading Pokemon Leaf Green Randomizer Nuzlocke versus the Kanyon relatively soon. We do have a really funny Pokemon Showdown recording. I'm just waiting for him to send that to me so I can upload it. Because it was like a 2-hour long recording. I thought I had recorded both of our audios, but it was just mine. So half the fun was gone, but that was a lot of fun. I'm hoping to hope to get that to you soon because it was a lot of fun. It was really funny just smack talking the Kanyon for 2 hours. Hashtag Vivillon sweep hashtag. Um, can't remember his name. Red Ice. Hashtag Red Ice sweep. But guys, thank you so much for watching this, either during the live. Actually, there's no one watching during the live, so I'm just going to go cry under my covers and play some Zelda to fill the void in my life. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, you guys, have a good time.